Alright traders, check this out. The Canadian Japanese yen, we're following up on our bullish position established a few days ago. Probably a little bit late. We kind of missed here about 150 pip. The story here was that we've noticed that head and shoulders pattern, right? We've noticed that inverse head and shoulders pattern starting to appear. Even though it wasn't the ideal pattern. The head was not sufficiently above, in this case below, the shoulders, but we did notice the potential on this reversal pattern. But most importantly, I would say, was the 81.26, right? The 81.26 is a big one, and for us that was our main point of reference, and I was waiting for price to come back, cross back above the 81.26 and give us at least a weekly confirmation before I was ready to pull the trigger here, right? So I was waiting for that weekly close, and as you can see, it was pretty aggressive, right? We're talking about 2 weeks ago, price basically crashed at 81.26 and grabbed about 100 and something pip on the way, which is pretty much what we've missed here. Once we engaged with this bullish position. By the way, at that point, there was also a monthly close at the same time, right? That was probably about a week ago. So that was very decisive. The fact that we had a monthly confirmation break in 81.26 left me no choice but to engage with a buy position, right? So I pulled the trigger once, right after a very interesting gap we've seen over the weekend. Then, I suspected it was just a common gap, right? Common gap usually kind of close out itself within the first 24 to 48 hours and just continue to the same direction it came from. And that's pretty much what happened here. Price dipped a little bit for a couple of days, closed that gap, and reversed back to the upside move. Now, yes, I think it was yesterday, early morning, we decided to pull the trigger the second time because things seems to be moving along pretty well. Now, don't forget, we still have a long way to go, right? We're aiming at 86.46, which means another 350 pip in the pipeline, potentially speaking. But I would like to mention the 200-day moving average here. It seems to have a very powerful effect, right? We saw what happened last time when price was trying to break through. It failed miserably. Now, I would like to avoid the same type of situation if that's going to occur, which means I'm going to be extra cautious once we begin to approach the 280 moving average, right? Now, I'm not going to increase the position at this point until price can prove to break above the 280 moving average. Right now, that's the imminent resistance coming from above. All right, so as you can understand, it's relatively still early stages of this expected move. Starting at 80.5, the stop loss level should be adjusted at this point. I'm probably going to push it to 81 spot, still hiding a little bit below 81.26. That's our main protective key level at this point, right? All right, Canadian Japanese yen looking pretty good on the upside. We'll have to come back on this one to follow up, of course. Have a nice trading day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.